Okay, please be seated, everybody. Good morning. Thank you again for coming in earlier than normal. Obviously, I know you started to deliberate, so this question is from the time we broke last night to right now. I want to confirm in that time period, you did not discuss this case amongst yourselves. You did no investigation. You received no information. Is that correct? Okay. Now, has anyone approached you about this case at all? And have you seen any media coverage of this case at all, including anything this morning or last night or anything like that? Okay. Couple of housekeeping items. So I remember that if we are deliberating still, we need to basically cut you off at 3:45 this afternoon so I can try to get you out of here by 4 o'clock. So that will be our outer limit today. And again, it's up to you how long you wish to deliberate. So I'm not going to say anything more about that. Last night, we left off with the juror's note about the report, and we were discussing that you had all of the exhibits, and I'm having the clerk re-deliver the exhibits to you and tell them I actually need the verdict form package back. Oh, she has it right here. Did we just deliver the?
We did.
Okay, the clerk's office just delivered the evidence back into the verdict, or into the deliberation room. So we were talking about Christy Kirby's report, and I've told you that all the evidence is going to be with you, and so you have that. There was some discussion last night as to a possible read back of some or all of her testimony. And I told you I didn't know how long it was going to take. Well, the court reporter worked, and so we do now have the transcript. So here is my instruction to you. Members of the jury, I have discussed with the attorneys this request and the possible request for a read back of certain testimony. I am now going to direct you to return to the jury room and discuss your request further. If you are not able to resolve your question about the requested testimony by relying on your collective memory, then you should write down a more specific description of the part of the witness testimony that you want to hear again. Make your request for read back testimony as specific as possible. Okay. And one other piece of business. I have been handed the sealed verdict form. It does have the tape. It does not appear to be in any way changed or altered. Do either side wish to inspect the contents of the sealed, or the outside of the sealed envelope? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this to the court deputy. You all can reopen it. And if you are still deliberating, come around 3:45, I will send in another envelope that is clean, that is like that one, so that you can do the same procedure again this afternoon. So with that, you may return to the deliberation room and continue your deliberations. Yes, sir.
May everyone here stay for just a few minutes? We may have a question.
I was going to tell them to wait 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I've got you on that one. I think everyone's aware that some questions probably coming. Okay.
All rise. Jurors execute.
Okay, thank you. Everyone can be seated. What I'm going to do is, instead of kicking you out of the room, we're going to wait 10 minutes or so. If there's not a question in that time, then I'll close up the courtroom and ask you to depart. But no sense in trying to kick you out just to bring you back in just a couple moments. So I'm going to go back to the office, so if you need me, just let me know. If after 10 minutes we don't have a question, then let's get everybody out of here. Okay? Thank you very much.
All rise, this court is at recess.
used to work for the city of Pennsylvania. Years ago. Had all the action of the day that was there. Learned a lot. Really did learn a lot.
Okay, please be seated, everybody. Looks like I've turned back on all the systems. I have been handed a note from the court deputies who received it from the jury. The note reads as follows. No questions at this time. Would you all like to read the note?
They're enjoying themselves.
Okay, so the parties have now inspected the piece of paper note from the jury. I assume we just let them go and we don't bring them in?
Unless they want to, I guess. I mean, they understood that we could read back whatever they needed.
I think that was clear.
I don't see any reason to bring him in, Judge.
So we're going to go into recess again pending the call of the jury. I think we have the telephone numbers and we're going to go into recess at this time. So I'll see you when I see you. If for whatever reason there's no notes, no nothing, make sure you're back in time for us to reconvene at 3:45 p.m. today.
Okay, so you don't want us back except on call before 3:45.
I mean, you're welcome to hang out in the courthouse, but I don't need to see you all again until 3:45 or whenever the jury has a question or a verdict, whichever comes first. Just as a heads up, I am covering hearings for another judge today, so I'll be in multiple courtrooms throughout the day.
And I'll try to reach out to Mr. Elegant and have some draft instruction to you by 3:45.
And as a reminder, the Second District Court of Appeal will be in the building tomorrow as well. Okay, we will be in recess. Mr. Whitney.
Just wondering if we could have a discussion, and we are very cautiously optimistic, but if they came back with a verdict sometime this morning and they checked in our favor on punitive damages, we talk about timing of what the court envisions, whether it's noon today, end of the day, tomorrow afternoon. We talk about how long the court would anticipate the parties having to prepare the punitive damages case, broadly.
We're pretty ready to go.
My thought is, my hope is I'll have the instructions, and if there is time available today, I want to shift gears and go immediately into it.
Okay. So we need, Judge, Mr. Heath in particular will need 1 hour to get here where he is. He's in north of Sarasota.
Might need more than an hour then, but be that
Do our
as
very best. It'd just be very hard to have him hanging around.
Look, I don't want to say if it's this exact time, then we're going to roll to the next day or not. I don't know. What I do know is we have a 4 p.m. hard deadline today. The verdict form, I'm sure, is going to take 30 minutes plus for the clerk to read. And then I'm sure you're going to want to look at the verdict form, however this comes out. And so, I think from the moment we know that the jury's coming in, there's still going to be a period of time that we're dealing with this verdict form. But if there is time to do anything in that punitive damages case, if we get to the punitive damages case, I'm going to want to do it.
We
And you've
understand.
got time now to prepare. Mr. Altenburn and Mr. Elliott have time to work on the jury instructions. Mr. Hunter.
And I was about to ask counsel, we had spoken, there had been some discussion about our deposing Mr. Heath. We haven't gotten to that. I wonder if we could get like an hour on the telephone with him sometime.
Yes, sure. Just let us know. I can call him and get you times, sometimes this afternoon, this morning, whenever.
If you try something late morning, I'll get in touch with Mr. Shapiro and make it happen.
Okay?
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close the courtroom down. We're in recess and kicking you out. And we'll call you back if and when there's a question or a verdict. We're in recess.